welcome to another episode of our Salem by Night Chronicle. I am the Ravenous Archon. My name is Will, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. Last, we left off with our Anarchs. We picked up with them arriving at the Albatross Bar just after midnight on Sunday, October 28th. Saw that Tulip was already outside of the table talking to Marcus Bradley, and noticed that there were no free souls in the area. Everyone introduced each other to themselves, to each other. And then they revealed that because of Marcus's standing in the tower, Tulip didn't foresee the building being on any of the assault radars. So this was kind of considered a safe haven to meet for small groups, something like Tulip, Erickson, and Andreas. Um, she also revealed that she had heard about Andreas' history with the Tremere, especially in the city, and were led to a back room which Marcus allowed them to use, and also stood guard to make sure nobody interfered with their conversation. So there was a punk band taking advantage of the space. A couple of mortals. One punk fan had an SS tattoo. There was an older gentleman that was also working the merch table, and there was several posters for other bands that frequent the Albatross. But as they were led into the room, they kind of started talking, and Tulip asked if they had heard from Sam, since she hadn't heard from her since the last time they spoke at the Elysium. Andreas mentioned that getting to him would be easiest through Erickson, and so kind of giving himself his own middleman, or any of the free souls for that matter, uh, as he doesn't really have a primogen in the city or a clan whip. They mentioned that they believe the Asian group that moved into the theater might have something to do with the whole situation in the city. Um, they also let Tulip into the circle of knowing that Elizabeth Guernsey was killed recently. And she also mentioned that it would make sense that this would be retaliation for her loss. Um, there is some news about the Asian group moving north, or south rather, over Walker Park and nearer to the Willamette University. They mentioned that a couple of Primogen and Sheriff Green are the only ones that have been allowed access to the theater. And then she also revealed that the werewolves lost their liaison to the kindred in the city, and as such, none of them should really be out in West Salem over the next week, since the full moon is set to be during the transition from the first to second week of November. She also revealed that Manny was the one that originally helped to broker the deal between the two groups, and two gentlemen asked her if they could be allowed into the theater to meet with the group, but things are going to be a little bit rough on that front. Erickson asked about Willow and what she knew about her, and Tulip kind of let them know that because Willow had taken the glory for the Andrew Givens death, that she was in the running now to replace Melvin as the clan whip. And as such, that would have shifted the power struggle as far as friends that Erickson and Andreas have in high stations, as Melvin could have been of much use to both groups as a whip. With the meeting kind of coming to a close, Marcus offered them something to drink. Um, Erickson bought some of the merch off of the table and threw it into the crowd, causing them to kind of go into an elated hype. And they, after some discussion with Marcus, Erickson found out that he has his own side hustle with the bar as a front, where he brings in drugs into the city, uses the bar to kind of help distribute it. Uh, tried to find some information on the blood roses, but he also told them that that's a Tremere thing. Erickson also tried to describe the cube that he saw in the basement after Marcus revealed that he dabbles in alchemy, but it was something that he hadn't seen before. The group took off to the Red Eye Lounge, saw that it was empty except for a couple of cars, and recognized that one of those cars actually belongs to Otis King, and that Manny Garza himself is usually the one that drives said car. They saw the open sign was off, there was police tape on the door, but the main neon sign and the outer lights were still on. Andreas saw 3 reserved parking spots in the rear as he went around, trying to find a way in. Made his way in through one of the bathroom windows. Erickson went in through the front door and saw that it was the whole coterie, Otis, Manny, John Coulson, and Dmitry Korchagin, all sitting around the table, all discussing something. As Manny helped Erickson out the door, they had their own little tense conversation about Elizabeth Guernsey and what might have happened. And Manny also revealed that Salem Town has a small sheriff's department, so they're not really worried about any of the repercussions about the assault that happened at the bar or any of the situations, and that the masquerade should be fine out here. And they would have been more worried if it was in Salem proper. But we left off with the two of them hitting up separate payphones. Erickson wanting to call his contact Mickey and to see what he had figured out, and Andreas wanted to ask around about all the arms purchasing that might be going on in the city. And this is where we're going to find our dynamic duo. Good to see you boys again.
Hello, hello.
So, I think the easier one would be Andreas.
Yeah.
So you're calling one of the free souls.
Yeah. If Shepard's around him, I mean, he's my retainer. But other than that, whoever picks up, they can actually start putting out the feelers for him.
Yeah. August picks up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear a woman laughing in the background, and he sounds like he's coming down from his own laughter. He's like, "Yeah, this is August. How can I help you?"
August. It's Andreas.
Oh, Andy, what's going on, man?
Andreas.
Andreas.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, buddy. I have some work that we need to get done. There has been probably large amounts of weapons transport, shipment, stuff going on in the area. With all the strange SWAT team and some of the tactics they've been using, I think we need to check out and see who's been dealing weapons in the area and to who.
All right.
And any of it through us.
Nah. Actually, excuse me. It's funny you call. We had a run-in with a kid earlier. Yeah, I say kid, but you know he's a young man. He seems to be a middleman of sorts for some people. And you can hear papers rustling, and he's like, does the name Billy Bowers mean anything to you? William Bowers? We've been trying to look things up on him. Found out he's, a high school football star. Got hit by a car, lost his scholarship. Dodged a draft from things that I'm reading here.
Does William Bowers sound familiar to me?
Not off the top of your head. Let's have you do the first roll of the night, though. See if you can remember anything. And we'll do an intelligence and awareness. You're still at hunger 1. Both of you are still at hunger 1. Good.
Excellent. Much intelligence and just as much awareness. Okay, 2 8s, a 4, and a 6 on the hunger.
Okay. Billy Bowers is not a name that has floated in your memory with any good connotation. Every time that he's ever been brought up, he's been brought up in a very disdainful manner. Uh, Nobody has anything good to say about him. And the nicest thing that you've heard about him is that he's a shitheel. But
How is he related to my world though?
he is definitely in bed with somebody that runs ammo and guns, small arms, into the city. Um, he was a contact that helped you get situated. And once you guys kind of had a feel for the lay of the land, he pulled the rug out from underneath you and just kind of completely abandoned all of you to your own devices, which isn't difficult. You guys are free souls.
Yeah.
But it was kind of abrupt and uncalled for.
Fucking rude. So is he? So, you wait. You said he was trying to get a hold of me.
No, that he's been,
Oh, he's been doing. Okay, he was doing.
yeah, he's been doing anything and everything in his power to kind of put up obstacles for whatever you're bringing into the city.
Okay, so is he mortal? Canite? Like what kind of competition is he?
I mean, you don't know, but given everything that you've heard about him, you don't see him being kindred. Um, he dodged the draft. He was in Canada until recently. Um, and like August said, he was an up and coming football star that just kind of got involved with the bad crowd. Um, and a drunk driving incident kind of cost him his ticket out of town.
Okay. So, and word has it he's currently in Salem.
Yes, sir. I got it on two accounts that he's been spotted out by North End.
Okay. Put some of the souls up on that area. I need to know when he's in that area, and if anybody can trail him to anything that looks like a storage location where he might be keeping the stash, we might be getting ourselves a free payday.
Oh, all right, I'll spread the word.
Please do, August.
You got it. Anything else?
Nah. Tell your old lady I said hello.
Will do. Thank you, sir. He hangs up the phone. And as we shift over to Erickson's conversation with Mickey, phone picks up. Yeah, this better be good news.
Oh, hello there, Mickey.
Oh, Mr. Wood. Sorry. I wasn't expecting your phone call so soon.
No, well, no, don't worry. I understand you're a busy man, but what is it that you're waiting for?
I got some people hitting the ground, working the payment for that thing that you want me to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So far, the only thing that doesn't make any sense is the fact that the city's SWAT team is currently in Portland running drills. So whoever was responding to the calls is not connected to the city at all. They're not the usual roster, as it were.
Uh, real quick, I haven't told Mickey yet as far as the gentleman that's speaking that has that heavy accent and given him at least the look. I haven't given him a description of this. Just told him about what looks like a SWAT team in that area. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. You had him chasing down any leads on the SWAT team and how they might have gotten their
Mm-hmm.
information and things like that.
All right. All
So
right. Well.
this is what he's found so far. He's like, yeah, uh, like the main group is set to come back next week. Um, a lot of the files on this B team, as I'll call them, are redacted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
they're outside my purview right now. I'm working on a workaround though.
You're saying they're coming back next week, you said?
Yeah, next couple days to the end of next week. Trickling back
Do
in.
you do you know where exactly, anything that would have given you any information as far as where they would be staying, spot that they would meet up, gather before they go out into the night,
This group,
anything like that?
not at all. I know that the main SWAT members are all in Portland. They're running drills with the Portland PD, and they're being kept in residential homes that are near enough to the main um, department.
Yeah. Not no yeah,
I'd imagine
yeah,
we'd have the same thing here.
see, but that's the thing is that if our SWAT team, if the SWAT team for the city is outside of here, that would mean that whoever's running down here is obviously not let's just put it legal or within city or within the law. So, you know, I think you're gonna have to think outside of the box there, Mickey.
I mean, the first thing that came to mind with all the redacted files is this could be a federal agency.
I'm trying to think back here. Yeah. So here, what else have you found besides this? Was there anything else that you found as far as for the theater that I asked
Uh,
about you before?
yeah, the theater looks like it was bought out by the Xiaolong Group. Uh, I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Hmm.
But there's currently a bidding war to kind of take over the renovations for the historic downtown district. It's a Xiaolong Group, and you hear some papers rustling, and uh, a trust fund for Werner Hertzfeld.
I've heard that name before.
I haven't found anything on him. Um, so far, anything that comes up is a mystery. And he comes from New York. Before that, he was in London, and before that, he was in Moscow. So before that, man doesn't exist.
And do you have any idea of where? Oh, as far as for the theater itself, I know I asked you guys to see what has been going on. Have you seen any activity going on besides obviously what you have found up with your research? Have you seen any activity going on physically at the location?
Yeah, a couple of my boys went in, and they saw that it was being renovated. They're removing all of the old kind of Egyptian and classic motifs. I guess that's what they're called. Uh, and they're being replaced with very strong Asian um, heritage and kind of pictures and paintings and uh, little trinkets here and there.
By chance, was there any other renovations as far as uh, basements, anything that's being added besides the actual first floor that you're in?
My boys couldn't get into the basement, but they did see that there was symbols and signs put up for construction work going on down there. So
Mm,
not outside the realm of possibility, sir.
all right. I just want to. I'm gonna go ahead and give a description of. I'm gonna go ahead and give Mickey a description of uh, Grant Reynolds.
Okay.
Uh, I want to be able to know if he just happens to see somebody who fits that description. I also let me see what else here. Also, if the next time that they're there, because you're obviously going in there, Mickey. You're obviously going in there without anybody knowing what you're doing.
Right.
Um, next time you have a group go in there, I want you to find whoever you get in there to find anyone that happens to be working in there, and let them know that we have information on Elizabeth Guernsey.
You hear him write it down. All right, Elizabeth Guernsey. This guy, Grant Reynolds. I'll see if I can get somebody to kind of give me a rough sketch, so I have something better to work with. Sorry, I couldn't find anything else on the SWAT team, but it's only been a few hours.
No problem. I'll get back to you, man. I do appreciate all your work, Mickey, and I'm gonna take care of you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, sir. Hangs up.
Real quick, I'm trying to think how we get in contact with Tulip or any other whip.
You have Tulip and Leslie's phone number.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. Let me call up Tulip then.
Okay. Sunday, I believe she is with the group, so you will get a answering machine because she's going to be with the Camarilla group at this point.
Okay.
Hey, you've reached me. I can't come to the phone right now. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And the answering machine beeps.
Hey, Tulip, it's your favorite Bruja, Erickson. I wanted to see if you can get in touch with Willow for me. Let her know that I'm looking for her. And if you need to get in contact with me or if you have any information on Willow's whereabouts, by all means, go ahead and reach out to this number. And I give him Mickey's number. And leave that information with Mickey. Thank you.
Okay. You hang up?
Yeah, I'm going to hang up.
Yep.
I'm going to say, God damn it! And then I hang up the phone.
Let out that brouhaha just a little bit.
Yeah, just because this is getting me nowhere. I'm not a thinking man. I'm not a thinking.
Gonna roll potence to hang up. Just
Yeah, destroy the only means of communication.
yeah. That's
Andreas
the
has
first thing
another
I think
one.
about. It's like, oh, we just call that guy. No, we got to drive like an hour back into town.
Yeah. I walk back to Andreas.
Yeah, you guys
I hope
link back up.
Yeah, I hope you found something better. I hope you found something more than what I did.
I found an old thorn in my gang's ass, but yeah, there's possibility of another arms dealer in town who could be supplying these guys. Little bitch named William Bowers or Billy Bowers. Thought it
Does
was
that
Billy.
name ring a bell to me, Will?
Given that Sam, excuse me, did give you a little bit of a rundown on what she was doing and who she kind of had to deal with, let's see if you can make a intelligence and awareness roll. See if you can recall anything about Billy Bowers.
Billy Bowers. Oh, Billy.
Billy.
So 5 on the hunger.
Okay.
9, 10, 3, 3, and a 1.
Okay.
That's a whole 2.
2
A
successes.
whopping 2 successes.
You scratch your head a bit. You kind of think back to what Sam was talking about, and Sam just threw a bunch of names in your direction and kind of gave you little post-it notes of commentary on each one of them, and all you can think of when it comes to like Billy Bowers or William Bowers or Bowers in general is just Bowers is a bullshit artist who can go die in a fire somewhere.
Good. That's exactly who we need to find.
And dying in a fire is exactly my specialty.
Or at least starting a fire is where your specialty lies, my good friend.
Everybody dies in a fire except for me. Because half the time now, it's not even real fire anymore.
Yep.
Would I at least have information on where I could find Bowers? Because I would have that information at the last call, wouldn't I?
It might have been at the last call, but given the state of the bar at this point, you don't know if it's anything that might have survived.
It would be great if we just came back to the wreckage and he's there drinking.
Yeah, But you haven't found any information, I imagine, Andreas, on where we can find this guy, Billy.
No, I have the Free Souls giving checking out with some feelers. Supposedly he was a bit on the north side of town, so they've got their eyes out. And also, should they see him, there's no contact right away. They're going to tail him and see if we can get a location as to his storage facilities, so that get ourselves a little payday on top of everything else.
All right.
Because the
Um,
weapons will be out of whoever the fuck they've been selling him to's hands, and we can turn them for a tidy profit ourselves.
yeah, I mean, by all means, profit. Yes, yes, money, money, money. But I'm more concerned about the information that we just found out here and trying to get to the bottom of all this. I want.
Mhm.
Okay. We know that Guernsey's no longer here. We know that, and it's because of that. And I point back, it's because of Manny Garza. Manny Garza has something to do with it because he just happened. He diablerized her, hands down. That's what just happened. And if it wasn't for the fact that I knew that information, I probably would have probably been in a fight the moment we were in there. So
Uh,
yeah, I wanted to get far enough away for for me to tell you that before. Um, so
Will, was Manny the one who spotted me when I was slipping through the club?
No, that was John Colson.
Right. Okay. All right. No, just asking.
yeah, now we have this information.
Mhm.
We can do one of two things. You know me, I'm always a man that wants to go the one of extreme. So I got one of my contacts to get in touch with Guernsey's group
Mhm.
over there at the theater and let them know we have information regarding her. So I already have a feeling that by tomorrow we're gonna have a location early, someplace to go to.
Okay.
Um, See if we can try to lure somebody out. You know, by the name of Mr. Reynolds. Um, the other thing is, I don't know if we should keep this information or actually go ahead and tell the sheriff so that we can try to see what we can do on that end as well.
How involved do we want the sheriff to be in on this? I mean, granted, this is going to be just setting fire for Manny, but
Well, between you and me, good sir, I don't like Otis, and I don't like any of his coterie. I never liked Otis. Otis doesn't like me. Uh, and Manny Garza is, yeah. I mean, I, I, I wouldn't piss on him to stop the fire. If I let's just put it that way. So honestly, anything that would allow me to get at this point, it's just revenge because any all that everything that Reynolds did and what I saw. I mean, at this point, it's either I'm going to join him or I'm going to end him. So it's going to be one of those two things. So I got to get to him somehow. And
well,
origin,
I'm enjoying your company, so I'd say we just try. I say we go for ending.
yeah.
And
So
far be it for me to stay get in the way of another Canaan's revenge.
yeah, so the idea. So what I'm trying to figure out is if we can try to lure any way that I can lure out Reynolds any form of fashion. I don't know if it's going one route or at least trying to use the sheriff to help us out with that as well. Unless you think that maybe we should go the route that you're talking about to see what we can find with these guns. Because at this point, not only do we have Graham Reynolds to worry about, we also have this sweeper team that we have to worry about as well.
All right. Well, let's sit on the information because the sheriff may jump to conclusions that we don't need him to, or set things off that's going to make that drive everybody back underground, and there's going to be no getting Grant Reynolds at all for the next, who knows, at least 2 weeks.
Mm.
So let's try and figure out what's going on with these SWAT teams first. See if we can get a hold of Bowers,
Okay.
and in the meantime, we'll have to keep our ears to the ground for anything else going on.
What time is it right now, Will?
Probably like 2 or 3 at this point. It was
Two
like
or
mid.
three in the morning,
Yeah,
right?
it's about 2:30.
We're gonna have to start thinking about where we're gonna be Oh yeah, we have the mobile coffin right now.
Yeah, which
So
that's a short phone call away. Which I'm just
yeah,
did we have a part? Did actually wait? We're over at the not the Vagabond.
no, we're at
No, you're
we're at the
you're
Albatross,
yeah, you're not. No, you're at the Red Eye
or Red
Lounge.
Red Eye Lounge.
Yeah, you're at least a 40 minute drive from anywhere Shepherd is.
All right. Well, would Shepard have moved it to a new location by now, or for the evening?
Probably if he was done with his tasks.
All right. Yeah. Then yeah, we'll probably have to. We should probably leave in the next hour or so, for after whatever else we need to get to the Haven.
Let me ask you: uh were you successful in getting inside
Oh yeah, briefly.
briefly?
Well, once you and Manny took off out the front, I decided to follow suit and not invest too much time in their conversation. Plus, I think that Colson fellow saw me.
Great. So now they know we're snooping around.
They know
Alright.
they know where Ravnos is up to no good. That's practically that's not news to anybody.
Mm.
Sometimes you just got to ride these bad reputations. Also, they don't know how long I was there or how much I was listening to. So,
Oh, were you able
act,
to get anything?
no, not really. But I mean, act like you know more than you know.
Well, I mean, considering right now it's just a waiting game for us.
Hmm. The wonder is.
So I wonder if is there any way you think that if we can get you back in that there'd be some kind of information you can gather from them? I mean, because I went through the front door because I didn't even give you a chance. So
Yeah, but no, that may not be the best idea. Colson actually saw me when I had like the full shroud on me. Like he didn't,
oh,
he didn't just catch me tiptoeing wearing a box or some shit like that. Like he saw me. So I'm actually kind of impressed. If you want to fuck with them, I can. No, it wouldn't last that long, but I can make there be an illusion of me creeping around in there. But how much do we want to piss them off in one night? 45 minutes at least from our haven.
no, especially considering now what Manny Garza currently has in his possession, which is uh a lot more power than he originally had.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, if
All
you want,
right.
I could set the place on fire for relief. Kidding.
I mean, that kind of piqued my interest, but you know what?
It's
We're
becoming a
well,
little. It's too much of my mo lately.
yeah. You know, there's one.
You gotta diversify the portfolio sometimes.
Well, I
Hold.
mean, it's the one type of destruction that all vampires like run in fear of it. I had to roll Rotstrek against my own illusion of it. Like even knowing it's there, you're still kind of like, get away. Fire bad.
I know this is fake, but damn, it's good.
Hold up. Let me see something. I'm looking at my information here. Andrew Gibbons, the last sighting from back on the north side of Salem, the last sighting that he was on the north side of Salem was an apartment in Hayesville. I'm just going through some I'm trying to backtrack here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we have time to make another stop. I mean, depending on which direction we're headed in. So, because I can always also have Shepard meet us up.
Yeah, that's true. You know, while we're waiting, because Andrew Gibbons is connected to Grant Reynolds at some point, so I would like to get more information. How far are we from Hayesville?
Maybe like an hour.
Oof, we're cutting it close.
Yeah, but if I call Shepard now and have him actually meet us, do you have a do you have a rough address on the on that apartment building?
No, actually, I don't. All I know is that it's in Hayesville. Shoot.
Hmm. Well, if you
Yeah.
wanted to check that place out tomorrow night, we could hit the Haven and have the Haven take us to Hayesville during the day.
No, I agree with you on that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to grasp at straws at this moment. I don't know if yeah. No, forget it. This whole thing with Manny is really
Yeah, it's really got you tied up in a knot.
yeah, it's really got me tied up because he kind of did what I wanted to do, which was kill this lady. Um,
Me
Would it
too.
would it satisfy you if you killed him? Maybe even by the same method. I don't know.
no, I don't want. That's the thing is that there's no point. Doesn't matter of me killing him. However, th- the fact is that he's still alive. It's telling me that certain people don't know that he was involved in this.
Okay,
And if
so the next best thing would be to make his life a living hell.
exactly no, and the whole point is getting those people to know so that it draws those people out.
Okay,
So that
well, and what kind of proof are we able to offer? You said you know. I mean, you saw him do this, or and how
well,
provable is that?
well, I was able to find out that he was lying through his teeth to me,
Hmm.
and I also know that what the powers that he currently has is the same as what Elizabeth Guernsey had when she attacked Sam the last time I saw her. So I'm just putting two and two together. And at this point, it is purely speculation. However, I can work that into being actual evidence to somebody who, you know, as long
Yeah.
as they don't see that I'm lying, I'm not technically lying because I know he is lying. It's just I don't have the evidence to show it. That doesn't mean that I can't, you know, persuade somebody to consider that's true.
I mean, if you make the right insinuations, yeah, I mean, that's joy of the ivory tower in the first place. Okay.
Where is, you know, hmm, I don't know, man. What do you think we should do then at this point? Because at this point, I want to go balls to the wall, and that's not going to be against him. So it's got to be I.
Well, you seem to want get hot to get investigative. So let's get the Haven to take us to Hayesville during the day. We'll start there first thing tomorrow evening.
I'm fine with that.
Hmm. All right. I'm gonna get back on the phone with see if I can get a hold of Shepard and get him to head out to. Oh fuck it, I'll have him come pick us up.
Okay, sure.
How far are we from the last call? Not the last call, the Red Eye Lounge.
You're maybe a couple blocks away from the red eye right now.
Okay.
Like
I don't
you
see
can
anything.
see the neon.
Yeah. And it's still the same. No, there's been no activity since we've been out here talking.
No, not at all.
Okay.
How far away from West Salem right now?
Uh, from the heart of West Salem, maybe 25, 30 minutes.
No, I'm just at the back of my mind that werewolf still got me.
Oh yeah,
Still got my hackles raised. So it's just one of those. I'm like, even dogs barking in the distance might be fucking with me right now.
yeah. There are no night sounds like that here. You've noticed that kind of you can hear the late night car here or there. You don't hear any of like the insects or any of the nightingales. You don't hear any dogs barking in the distance. It is eerily quiet around the red eye.
Urban as fuck. It's just urban as fuck around us.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in a weird way, that's oddly comforting.
Hmm. All right. I mean, at this point, it's just waiting so that we can get picked up.
Yeah. And Shepard does show up about 45 minutes later, pulls up, uh, helps you pull your motorcycle into the back. Um,
Actually, wait. I want to do one thing before you do that.
yeah.
Mm.
How is there any traffic? Anybody walking anything besides this red? As far as for the red eye, besides the red eye lounge, obviously there's nobody going in there.
Where it's situated, there's not a lot of foot traffic now.
So there's nobody wandering, nothing like that. No happened, just random passerby.
No.
Gonna leave a dead body in there. All right, never mind.
Shepard kind of looks over at
We have a
you,
dead body.
Erickson, and he's just like, do you want me to call somebody to do something about your car, or do you want to leave it out here?
Yeah. You know what? You can call up one of the souls to come get it.
Sure.
Right. Have it go with it. Have it travel with us with the Haven tomorrow evening. We have a lot of work ahead of us. I need you to find somewhere park us in Hayesville nearby.
He kind of looks at you for a moment. He's like, you sure about that? Because I was just there maybe like 3 or 4 days ago.
And
I don't want you
right. Okay. It's
possibly,
gonna have. Yeah.
Wait,
Let's. If you can, just park on the other side of Hayesville.
I think I know where to park close enough.
I'm confused. Andreas, is there something that I should know?
Let's just say when you're gypsy blooded, you don't want to sleep the same place twice too often. It gets kind of
Okay.
fire. It gets kind of fiery.
Ah, I see.
Right. Shepard helps you into the back of the truck, brings the rolling gate down, closes it. You start to after about an hour, you start to feel the
Well,
cab move. Go ahead.
yeah, I was going to tell him during the course of that hour, once we're locked away from the mortals, I'll let. The problem is Erickson. That's kind of what my clan's been up to for the last few years. I really can't sleep in the same place twice. At least not within a week. Imagine the morning sun just is gonna find you no matter how dark the haven you're in. All it took
Hmm.
was to not just to hold in place just one time. Mobile haven, biker gang. This make a little more sense to you?
I mean, yeah. This. I always thought you guys were, you know, constantly moving because of the motorcycle club. Now more so.
Oh, we've always been
Ellie.
moving. My clan's always been moving, just always been moving. Just nowadays, the choice has been taken away from us.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I mean, that doesn't bother me. I.
I'm just letting you know. I mean, everyone's familiar with the Bruja anger, and no, everybody kind of wonders what the Ravnos weakness is. Well, they used to think we all had to steal something or commit some sort of crime. Well, this is the real one. The ultimate restlessness for a canine.
Hmm, yeah, good. Well, I'm glad that I know that now for you in the future.
Yep. Don't ever let me sleep in the same bed twice.
And I start recalling all the times that he was not at the last call. I go, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Mhm. If I ever did, I wouldn't be able to come back for at least a week, or at
Hmm.
least I wouldn't be able to sleep there for at least a week.
All right.
Okay. But
This is important. This now you know a little bit more about me.
And the more you know.
yeah. um, Shepard ends up driving most of the day, just kind of rolling around. Neither of you feels it. And sure enough, that evening you awaken. Let's have you rouse the blood to see what happens. And see if your hunger goes up, or if you manage to stave off the beast another night.
I got a 2.
Too, so you do get hungrier.
Yep.
Wow. Exact 2 also.
Oh, both of you get hungrier. Nice.
Alright.
The beast inside of both of you, it's not used to having company, and you can just feel that kind of wild, animalistic, pent up need to lash out. And as you start to stir awake, and the sleep of death kind of starts to wash away, you both find yourselves kind of not embracing, but to the observer that doesn't know what's happening, it almost looks like you're trying to pull each other in for a hug, but your mouths are wide open and you're just kind of pointing towards the jugular on each other's necks. And it's kind of a flutter of eyes. Both of you are, I believe, humanity 6. No, Andreas is humanity 5. So Erickson manages to wake up first and sees this, and you can just see this open maw and just the subtle kind of pulling in of your body into his, and you're just as confused because you're also pulling his body in, and you can feel that your
Yeah.
jaw is wide open.
Yeah.
Tribute to Christ.
Yeah.
I'm just I start putting the crux of my elbow in between his shoulder and neck and be like, wake up.
Yeah. But yeah, you managed to pull each other off. The beast inside of you is a little upset that there's no feeding, and so the hunger starts to gnaw at the back of your throat. Both of you are awake, though.
I'm glad. No. No. Bad Andreas.
It's like, I had a bad dream.
Yeah. All right. So, as is, so I knock on the door then so that they can open it, unless I can open it on my own.
You can open it from the inside.
All right.
Yeah. And you are parked at what looks to be a recreation center. There's a full-on kind of, not a full park, but like a small park. You can see a couple swing sets, a small baseball diamond. You can hear the traffic of a nearby busy street. You notice that Shepard is just kind of still asleep in the cab of the actual U-Haul.
That's all right. After grabbing our equipment, backing my bike down out of it, I'll just close everything up, make sure his door's locked, and let him sleep for a while.
Yeah. The guy who drove the senator's car around is also asleep in the back seat.
Okay, well, all right. Unfortunately, him will have to wake
Yeah,
up.
he's in. I'm just gonna politely knock on the window.
He shoots up, and you see, although it's not pointed at you, you know that in his hand there is a firearm. And
Thanks, Chief.
he nods as he sees you. He brings his hand up to kind of rub his eye, and you do see a 45, and he kind of puts it behind his shirt as he kind of slides out of the back seat, hands you back your
Mhm.
keys. Hey, sorry, Mr. Barker, I dozed off.
No worries. Those are good reflexes.
Thank you.
Pass him a little cash. It's just like, after you guys get some rest, get some food too.
All right, I'll let Shepard know.
All right, yeah. Let him sleep for right now. If you want to, you can find a place to crash yourself. Back in the van's fine.
Yeah.
Or up front with him, but just careful how you wake him up if you do.
No, back is fine for me. And you see him kind of roll up the door, get in, and just close it behind him.
So we're at a rec center, you said, correct?
Yep. The
right,
the main street right now that crosses it is Hayesville Drive.
Hayesville Drive. So yeah, let me go ahead. And there goes my Google. Google, you're not in the past.
Get out of here, Google.
Let me see.
Was
So,
no Google in 1984. I'm head to toe legit.
so what I wanted to find out now is
Siri, no.
closest payphone.
There is one, maybe a block down if you walk out towards actual, if I get the right application open. If you walk out to Hayesville Drive, you look eastward, you look westward, and to the east, you can see what looks to be another big park a couple blocks down. You can see what looks to be an evening Little League game going on right now. To the west, you can see the overpass of what looks to be a freeway.
Mhm.
But sure enough, between this park and the next park, you can see that there is a payphone, couple, one of those dual payphones.
Cool. Let me go ahead and ring up good old Mickey Blue Eyes.
Okay. You guys drive over there. He picks up the phone. Yeah, I'm gonna help you,
Mickey, what's going on?
Mr. Wood. Glad to see you're all
Uh,
right.
yeah, alive and still kicking. Hope you got good news for me.
He's like, I've been looking for that gentleman you said. I had a couple of my guys go in, and drop that name you mentioned, but they were not treated any differently.
Okay.
So I don't know if the right people were at the theater today. You want me to do it again tomorrow?
Sure. Just keep doing it until you get a response. I actually also wanted to ask. I know I reached out to you before about this guy Andrew Gibbons.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you were done with him.
Yeah, I wanted to know from the information that you guys got. He was the last time I the last information I got. He was in an apartment over in Hayesville. I don't got much more than that other than the apartment number, which was apartment 26.
Ooh.
I don't know if you got an address for me.
Uh, Nothing in Hayesville comes up with the information that we got from when we were looking into him. Uh, I know that he had a bookstore that got burnt down up in Highland. Excuse me.
Yeah, we know about that.
Yeah. That's the only north part of town information that we got from him.
Hmm. Let me ask you this. Does the name William Bowers ring a bell to you?
Yeah, Billy Bowers.
Hmm.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Do you know where that guy's at?
I mean the guy's a cockroach, but he can be lured out into the open. You trying
How quickly?
to depending on the bait you use, he could come out within an hour.
Hmm. All right. How about this? Give. Okay, hold up. Since we're on Hayesville Drive, the closest bar from where we're at right now
Be the vagabond.
would be the Vagabond.
As far as bars that you know.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Just let Bowser's contacts know that we're looking for a cache of weapons. Some wealthy benefactor wants to get a cache of weapons, similar to this team of heavy firepower to try to take out a group of unwanted people, and we're willing to pay any price over at you can find this over at the Vagabond.
You know that
And I give
I
him
can get you that kind of stuff, Mr. Wood.
oh, and of course I know that, Mickey, but you're not Bowser, and the person I need right now is Bowser, and not the guns, really. If you catch my drift.
I get you. Excuse me. He's like, let me make an enticing offer and put the feelers out there and tell him what 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right. See if he bites.
Tell him my name is Andreas Barker.
All right. You got it. Anything else?
No, if you don't have any other news, I'll keep in touch with you, sir. Did you get a call from anybody by chance?
Not as of yet.
Not as of yet. Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Hang up the phone. All right. I look at Andreas. Andreas, it looks like we got a date. 3 a.m. over at the Vagabond, good sir.
Apparently. Okay, so you're Andreas for this evening?
Oh no. You're Andreas. I wasn't gonna give him my name because more than likely he knows who I am.
Fair point.
And yeah, I don't want him to know that I'm looking for him. At least not yet. Not until it's too late for him. So
All right. Well, how are we handling this? Full on ambush to just take him out?
no, we need to find information on this sweeper team that he's been selling these guns for.
Okay, so live capture.
Yeah, interrogation. You know,
Okay.
from what we know, he's kindred, right?
No, you don't know if he's kindred or if he's mortal, but he doesn't sound kindred.
Good. That means that he would miss losing a couple fingers.
Yeah.
Good. 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 Yeah, this whole Hayes bill is a bust unless Andrew Gibbons just happens to have his name on a white pages here somewhere. In fact, does this payphone have a white pages?
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of
I'm
the
gonna go.
pages are stuck together. You can see that there's been liberal use of gum
Mm-hmm.
used to kind of just as a receptacle. The G's aren't affected too terribly. And although there is no Andrew Givens, there is a mention of what was his name?
What is his name?
Takings.
Excuse me. Um, there is a mention of an Archibald Guthrie.
Archibald Guthrie.
Does that name ring a bell? I know it's in my notes in here somewhere. Archibald. I'm gonna have to just recall from memory. I'm just gonna have to see if I can recall from memory Archibald.
Okay, go ahead and roll your intelligence and awareness. Now you have 2 hunger dice.
Yay! That's not too bad. 5 die. Okay.
So 3 regular, 2 hunger.
Yep. All right. 2 and a 3 on the hunger,
Okay.
but 2 9s and an 8.
Okay. Archibald Guthrie was the guy that the team killed that night that they attacked Sam's bar the first time. He had come in.
Oh, that's the ghoul.
Yeah, he was all beat up.
That's the ghoul of Andrew Gibbons. God damn it!
Yep.
Should have remembered that. Okay. Does it have an address or any information in the white pages about this guy?
It does. It does, and it's in Hayesville.
Sweet. Does it just happen to have apartment 26?
It doesn't have an apartment. It just has the address.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's check that
Alright,
out then. It's not a dead end
let's
yet.
do it. Yeah.
But yeah, you take
Yeah.
off and you follow the apartment building, which is not that far from the phone book itself. You end up going down what is Corden Road, and then coming around to um, Ward Drive and around 45th Avenue. Um, and you see a set of apartment buildings, um, maybe like 3 or 4 story buildings, nothing too major. Looks very rural. Um, and you go to the address and you can see that there are 6 apartments per floor, and first floor all starts with 11 and goes to 16. Second floor is 21 to 26. Third floor is 31 to 36, and the fourth floor is 41 to 46.
Sounds like the second floor for us then.
Yep. Real quick, as we walk in, because this is since this is the '80s, you would have. Is this an electronic door to get in?
No, not at all.
Does it have a list of the names on the like how they would have for for intercom calls, or no?
No, no, this isn't that kind of apartment building.
Oh, okay. All right, coolio.
No.
Second floor we go.
Yeah, there's no gate. There's an open kind of parking lot for everybody. All the parking lot, the majority of the apartments have their own parking lot, laid out parking spot, and there's a bunch of guest spots as well. There is a car parked in number 26.
There is.
Yep.
What kind of car?
It's an older model. It is a what looks to be a Pacer, an AMC Pacer. Not a popular car.
Mhm.
You know, it kind of looks out of place.
Out of place because it's brand new, or out of place because it's beat up?
Out of place because it is beat up and it is just this ugly fucking little car of maroon color.
I go to the door to see if it's unlocked.
No, it's locked.
Hmm. Andreas, you look like somebody who can open up a door.
Stereotypes. As it so happens, I probably can.
Yes. Stereotype for the win.
Yeah, right.
All right. Let me try. Let me try and finagle this thing open rather than just like elbow the window in.
Sure.
Yeah, that's not. I could have done that.
Uh,
Uh,
let's do a dexterity and larceny.
all right.
Dexterity and larceny, two things I suck at.
Yeah, all right.
Fortunately for you, I don't.
Bro, this car is ugly. Want to research it?
The more you research it, the uglier it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get a feeling of general regret from the universe for
Oh
having
yeah.
this car
Yeah. The
exist.
second you touch it, you're just like this. This makes me
Yeah.
feel dirty.
Ugh. Feel tackier just touching it. All right. 1 and a 6 on the hunger die, and then a 9 and a 3.
Okay.
2 successes.
There is just this overwhelming urge for you to even just back away and maybe even just set the car on fire for its own good, just to rid the world of one more ugly thing.
Oh man.
But after a few minutes, you do hear that little thunk, and you see the lock pop up about a quarter of an inch.
What? All right. Finally pop that thing open.
Yeah.
See if we can get inside and take a look around.
Yep. The inside is even more hideous than the outside. There's a very simple red steering wheel. Even the leather interior creaks as you kind of put your weight on it. Excuse me. The speedometer doesn't go past 70. The radio has the 2 turn dials, one for volume, one for finding a station. The air conditioner looks like it hasn't been used in years. There's a little cylindrical, what's it called?
Gear shift.
Not the gear shift. There's a little cylindrical lighting utensil for cigarettes. I forget,
Oh, okay.
what they're called.
Cigarette lighter, yeah.
Yeah, the
All
cigarette
right.
lighter.
Well, let me pop open the glove compartment and see what the name of the registration is. It's actually Guthrie that we're looking for here.
Yeah,
Or somebody else's.
yeah. The you pop open the glove compartment, and an actual pair of gloves comes out, and then just a shower of paperwork. There are different kind of orders, all coming from what looks to be a florist shop.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, that florist shop.
That other place that went up in flames.
yeah, Sunshine for Days florist shop. And you can just see what looks to be just different orders. All of them have different code words, but they all start with B and R.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you do find the kind of owner's manual for, excuse me, the Pacer, and you find tucked inside the little uh, folder at the end of the manual, there is a registration that is made out to a Genevieve Guthrie.
Close enough.
Yeah, like, oh God, he lives with his mother.
Pop the trunk for me, will you?
Not surprised. In it, we find Genevieve's rotting body.
Yeah.
You pop the trunk open, and there's maybe a couple of boxes that have the same kind of florist shop logo.
Mhm.
Some of them are empty. Some of them have clothes. There's one journal sitting inside of one of the boxes, but it looks like it's just collection of bad poetry. All of them are
Okay.
dedicated to some girl.
Just some random girl.
Yeah, there's no name. It's just a lot of references to you, to she, to red hair, to blue eyes.
There's no name inside as far as the own, like as far as on the book, the front or the back of it, saying who owned by.
They're just in the back, on the back page, there are the initials AG.
Archibald
Yeah.
Guthrie.
Yeah. All right.
So we know it's that apartment. Grab a few. I'll keep a few slips of that paperwork and everything from the glove compartment stuff. I'll stuff the rest back in there.
Okay.
So
I'm morbidly curious about how bad, not morbidly curious, but just curious about how bad his poetry is. So I'm just gonna hold on to this book.
Okay.
So yeah, up to 26,
All
second
right.
floor.
You go up, and you see that the apartments all have the main door. Uh, 26 actually has lights on in the kitchen.
I think we just went into this lady's car. Went into this lady's car.
well,
We just.
she's connected with the florist shop. I really don't feel bad about it.
I know, yeah. If she's got all this shit in there.
And we didn't destroy anything about the car. She just, at the very least, I left her a bit of a mess on the floor from front of the glove compartment. That's it. And that's just papers.
All right. I look over at Andres and I go like that, and then I turn around.
I can only turn invisible if you're not looking.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't nobody look at him.
All right. So yeah, I will kick on the silence of death and the invisibility for now.
Okay. Do your rouse check for
Peek in there.
second level.
Rouse check. 9.
All right. No hunger increase.
Thank God.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, what would you want to do?
No, I'm gonna knock on the door.
Yep. There's a couple minutes that pass. You hear what sounds like a a chair sliding across the linoleum floor, and then you see the shadow kind of crossing the window from the kitchen to the door, and there is an elderly woman there who is maybe about 60s, early 70s. Hello?
Hi, ma'am. Is your car that beautiful looking pacer outside on number 26?
Oh, yeah, yeah, kind of. That's my son's car.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It looks like somebody just broke into the car.
No, and you see her kind of close her bathrobe, and she kind of steps out to look over the balcony.
And as she steps out, somebody does she step out of the apartment?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like full on
Okay,
at the leaning over the railing, kind of look towards
cool,
the car.
cool. Um, let me see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast awe real quick.
Oh, okay.
And and I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, miss.
Oh, it's Genevieve, and she looks at you, and her jaw just kind of drops, and she's just kind of staring into your eyes.
So Genevieve, if you can do me a favor and just wait by the car for me, I'm gonna go ahead and call the police so that we can run a report for you, if that's all right.
Yeah, no, that sounds lovely, dear. She kind of puts her hand on your face.
Yeah. And go. Yeah.
Such a nice man.
Back at you, lady.
And the whole time she's just backing away from you, just kind of hand over hand on the railing so she doesn't break eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Do I need to roll to try not to laugh while this is going on? Or?
no, I would assume that the second she stepped out that you stepped in, so you don't see any of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm creeping through the apartment.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm doing another kind of creeping apparently. Just
Oh
keep
yeah.
going, lady.
Oh yeah.
Just keep going.
And you see that there's a moment where she starts to back up and she almost falls down the steps.
Good.
Uh, but she catches herself. You see her robe kind of open up just a bit, and she kind of looks at you. She puts her finger in her mouth. She's like, "Oops.
Mm.
You want to come help me with this?"
Sure. Yeah, I'll meet you downstairs. Just I'll be right there.
And she does her best to kind of get to her car while still keeping eye contact with you.
Yeah, and I'll just as she does that, as she's walking down the steps, I am backing up so that her line of sight disappears from me.
She rushes to the car, kind of like, and climbs up on top of it to kind of look to see where you are. Like she does not want to miss a single moment of you.
Of course. Yes. So anyway,
But as Andreas kind of walks in, he sees that it is a modest apartment. It's a two-bedroom, one bath. Uh, one one of the rooms, the door has nothing adorned on it. The other room just has a poster of Dio, a poster of Black Sabbath. But the door is closed. The unadorned door is actually like ajar. The TV looks like it's playing "I Dream of Jeannie,"
Mm.
um, but it's muted right now. No signs of animals.
Okay, well, that'd probably be that's kind of helpful for me in this case. All right, moving up on the door with all the heavy metal Dio, all the band posters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can I actually hear anybody inside of there?
Make a wits and awareness roll.
Lots of wits.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, 0, 10, and a 1 on the hunger die, and then 7, 1, 8, 10.
Okay. You don't hear any noise coming from inside the room.
Okay, and this isn't something that might accidentally be caused by my silence of death.
No, no. Excuse me.
All right, crack. Yeah, I'll crack that door, swing it open gently, take a look around inside,
All right.
poke my head in.
You open the door to see what looks to be just this darkened room. There's black spray painted all over the window. There is nothing but just this sliver of light from the open door. And as you're trying to acclimate your vision, you see Erickson kind of slowly back into the house, into the apartment.
Well, still focusing my attention inside that room. So
Yeah.
nobody. It doesn't look like anybody's hiding in there.
No, not at all. It looks like there is a single full size bed, a bookshelf, there is a stereo. That's about it. Just a bunch of clothes strewn over the floor. The rug looks like it hasn't been really cleaned in years. A little smell.
Smells of dude just a bit.
Just a bit.
Okay. Well, let's not. I mean, we don't need to totally ransack the lady's house, but we'll check out his room because clearly, if he's got the windows blacked out and everything, he may have had Andrew here as before for just quick one stop haven.
Maybe, yeah.
At least somewhere to hide from the sun.
Yeah, if you guys want to
All right.
ransack the room, you can make me a wits and investigation roll.
Absolutely.
See who does
Yes, I
what.
do.
All right. 10 and a 3 on the hunger die, and then 3, 6, 6.
7 and 8 on the hunger, and then a 6 and a 5.
Okay. Excuse me. You both got 3 successes each. So between the two of you, you find that there's no semblance of anybody having been here in over a couple of weeks. You can see that it does look like there's a specific space, like a cavity under the bed, that would be beneficial to any kindred. And then you find that there is this one yearbook for Salem High that has been gutted, and the covers and spine have been repurposed to hide what looks to be a journal. Same handwriting as the poetry, but this one is all about esoteric and what you would imagine is magical shit.
The technical term is magical
The
shit.
technical term is magical shit.
Yeah, magical shit.
Found a book of magical shit.
You can see magical circles. You can see notes on runes, how to use them, when not to use them, and a listing of what could be possible otherworldly beings that can be summoned and asked questions of.
Oh, we got to take this book.
Yeah. Sounds like good light reading.
Mm-hmm. Hey, this will be like what, the third weird thing summoned in our presence.
No, we're not summoning anything from this book. I'm just
Why not?
no.
I'm just saying the information might.
How many things have we summoned? We've summoned too many things. I think even if it's only one thing, that's one too many.
I summoned one. We tried to put the demon back, whatever the fuck that thing was the first time.
Yeah. One too many times. That's one is one too many.
What's a werewolf between friends?
Yeah, I mean, if you get a
He's
Tremere,
only going to be my cause of death. We know that.
if you get a Tremere in your coterie, like then you can start summoning shit.
Well,
True.
well, who knows?
Oh.
Well, what I want to find out is if there's any names, anything that's written in this book besides Besides these besides these glyphs of magic that we can only assume is magic.
Yeah, it's occult shit. Um, with the successes you rolled between the two of you, you can see that there are notes that have been written in like the insides, corners, and the margins. Um, and it's stuff that he has probably overheard and written down to ask about because he's got questions like what happened between him and Colson. Uh, why am I not allowed to go to West Salem? Uh, what's the deal with the Red Eye Lounge? And things like that.
So these aren't even like particularly esoteric questions. Like this sounds like he's trying to get a tarot reading on like just the shit that's been happening to him lately.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I guess Givens doesn't keep it and didn't keep him in the loop.
Is there anything in this book, drawings, description, that we could tell that describe that cube?
There
And
is an actual drawing of the cube, uh, and he's gone to the pain of actually coloring it in with like colored pencils to make it look as much as it could to the same cube that you saw. And there's just annotations about what it's called, which is TAS, um, what it could do in the right hands. Um, he regrets that he can't use it like Givens does. Um, and then there's an annotation of I have to go find one of these actual mages.
does it have a name of any of these mages next to that, or no?
It doesn't, but it does have uh, the name of a street. See which one it is here in my notes. Uh, 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 uh. It is Jerris Avenue.
Jerris Avenue. How do you spell that?
Jerris.
Okay.
And then it just has a question mark.
It's like my note.
Hmm. Jerris Avenue.
Mages?
Okay. And this is pretty much the only thing of significance we can find in this place.
Yeah, yeah. Everything
Like
else
this is
is
the only thing of significance he owns aside from that stereo.
Is there an address book, Rolodex, anything else
no,
that we
not at
may
all.
know?
There's a couple of business cards that have been tacked up on the other side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. One of them is for the florist shop. One of them is for the bookshop.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is for the horn section.
I take that.
The floor shop I don't really need anymore.
Yeah.
Nope. But as far as for the card for the horn section, is that just is it a business card, or is it like or is it like a flyer?
No, it's a business card.
Whose name?
Manny Garza.
Oh, so nice.
Manuel Garza.
Well, now you can call him and make you can make threatening phone calls in the middle of the day.
Uh,
Your mother smells of elderberries.
and
Hang
there
up the
is
phone.
a business card for the antique shop where you found him, Andrew Givens.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
What are we gonna do
um,
about the old lady?
Oh, that'll. All I'm telling you right now is we're not leaving out the front of this place.
Okay.
Is
All
there
right.
a back entrance to this place?
There's not.
We're on the
Great.
second. We're on the second floor, dude.
Mm. Is
Yeah.
there a fire escape?
There's not.
How does this place not? They're gonna die. This place doesn't have a fire escape.
The windows
Uh,
are large enough for somebody to go through.
yeah, I'm not dealing with this lady. I'm going out through the window.
That's what I'm talking
Okay. Let's have you both make dexterity and athletics checks.
Well, real quick,
Yeah.
is there a pipe? Is there a storm drain?
Even odds in your favor.
I'll go with odds.
I rolled a 3. There is a pipe just outside one of the windows.
Here we go. Just go right down.
Yeah,
See if I can try to ride down that pipe.
sure.
Hey,
That'll switch it over to strength and athletics for you then.
cool. Strength athletics. That's not bad. I'm okay there. 5. It's
about. Yeah, I'm just diving out the window head first.
just diving out the window.
Yeah.
I can just imagine the two of you are sitting there. It's like, well, looks like it's the window, and Andreas just kind of slides it open. Gets just a visual acumen of the dimensions of the window. You're like, yeah, a man could fit through this, and then just leap out without a word.
Running start, straight through. 3 successes. 7, a 6, and a 10.
Yep.
I don't even think that you run and leap. I think you just literally open the door and just open it and go whoop and just go and then Erickson sees that and goes and looks to the left and goes, "Oh, look, a pipe drain."
Yeah.
And then I'll just go 3
Oh.
successes for me.
Okay. Yes. So the two of you find your way out from the rear, and you make your way back to your car.
Is she still there, by the way?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's still on top of the car. She's like trying. She's craning her neck. She's getting on her tippy toes. There are people who are trying to help her off of the car.
Okay, good. She's already
Good.
in good hands.
Yeah.
We're not gonna leave her out there stark raving mad for hours.
But yeah, she keeps talking about this very nice gentleman who is calling the police for her.
I'm kind of sad that she didn't recognize that I am former Senator Erickson Wood, but that's fine.
I'm exceedingly glad she didn't recognize that you're a former
you're
senator.
a former senator from a different state.
Exactly.
Like, what does she care about? Like, we grew
She's
up in
got
Florida.
nothing but
Like,
time. She's got nothing but time to watch TV.
yeah,
So
yeah.
who knows?
Like, trust me,
Yeah.
unless they show up on the news for whatever reason, like being in Florida, like we only know Rick Scott. We know
That's
Marco
true.
Rubio because he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
We know Mitch McConnell because he's also a scumbag.
We also know about Senator Cruz as well from Texas.
Oh yeah,
Just so happens we know about Republican senators. It just so happens.
yeah, because they're scumbags. But we also know about AOC because she's making waves.
Yeah.
We don't know we don't know every single senator.
Not all of them.
Don't be upset. Don't be upset that she didn't recognize you.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad she does. I'm half a second. I'm like, I can't believe she didn't. And then I go, wait, maybe it's best that she didn't notice me. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't want a groupie? You could be your next ghoul, bro.
Yeah, my next ghoul. No, thank you. No, I don't even know where. I gotta find out where my other ghoul went.
Because you gotta feed Michelle soon.
Yeah. I just don't know where she lives. I don't know. Yeah, I might know where she lives actually.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
How long has she been your goal? Because then at least you don't have to worry about like the aging thing just yet.
At least a month, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, then she's fine.
Yeah, it's been since the Elysium, I think. So it's been a couple months.
Yeah, it's been a couple months now.
Yeah, you know where she lives.
Can't keep a plant alive.
You know where she lives.
Good. Oh, we can actually stay there.
You would love that.
Yeah. I think I'll stick to my mobile haven.
All right. So.
Yeah, where do you guys want to go next?
What time is it now? I want to make sure that we make it to this place at 3.
Not even midnight.
Oh, good. Okay, so we have this.
They're closer to 11 than it is to midnight.
Okay, well, how close is this Jarris Avenue?
Oof. I mean, it's in the south part of town.
Yeah, fuck that. No, dude. I'm not gonna make it there and back in time, especially if we run into any bullshit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there anything of significance? Is this a like Jarris Avenue? Is that a residential area that that we can recall, or is this like a business district?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm just shooting from the hip at this point.
Yeah. If you're trying to remember, do an intelligence and streetwise check. You got streetwise.
I got one whole point in Streetwise. Oh wow. Uh, 2 10s on the hunger dice
Okay.
and a 6.
Okay. Uh,
Is that a messy critical?
it might be a messy critical. Uh,
I'm just like I wonder what. Ah!
ah.
I was gonna say, have they had a messy critical of actually like remembering something? It's just I
I
remember
know.
everything.
Okay. So yeah, critical win in which one or more tens appear on the hunger dice is a messy critical. Character succeeds as is a regular critical, but like an animal would, not a being capable of foresight and remembering. Um. So yeah. So you kind of remember where Jarris Avenue is. It is a dark part of your memory, because you remember something happening there to you that
Mm-hmm.
just wasn't in any way, shape, or form good for you. And you remember that there was a masquerade breach there that you were involved in that has been taken care of as of right now. Uh, it is a place that you don't really want to go to. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and as such, it kind of starts to bring up the bad memory. You start to recall the kind of bad shit that went on there, and it was, to be fair, it was uh, when you had first arrived in Salem. But the memory that it dredges up just kind of marks you with a stain.
Yeah, it's kind of like I blocked that out of my memory until now.
Yep, yeah. And so at the end of the night, we will handle your remorse roll. But
Hmm.
for right now, you have a stain on your humanity from what you
Oh,
remember doing.
I have a stain.
That's the first time we've dealt with that.
And what happens? See, I'm not familiar with stain.
Yep. So you have, whenever you gain stains, your humanity is in danger of lowering, and you are in danger of becoming more of an animal.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we deal with stains, we have a remorse roll, and as soon as I find the rules for that, I will tell you what they are. But basically, you're trying to fight the beast to stay as human as possible. Um,
Surprised I have so much humanity.
right?
Well, I mean, it's Humanity 6, dude. It's at Humanity 6, you've done some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, right.
Normally, people
But
start at humanity 7. Andreas is at humanity 5, so that tells you some shit.
that tells me, yeah, that tells me that you've gone through some shit.
Oh yeah.
So, a character with any stains marked on a humanity track at the end of a session makes a remorse test. You roll a number of dice equal to the unmarked, unfilled dots on your humanity track, and the minimum number of dice is always 1, even if your whole track is full. If the remorse roll results in at least one success, the character has suffered enough guilt, shame, or regret to retain their current humanity, and they remove all the stains. If the remorse roll is a failure, the beast has won, and the character must lose 1 point of humanity and then remove all the stains anyway.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, so right
What
now,
did you do?
yeah. Right now you have a humanity 6, you have 1 stain, so you have 3 open boxes, so you would roll 3
Mhm.
dice to try to resolve your remorse.
Now let me ask you this:
Yeah.
I can't use if I. This is one of those where it's a straight roll. You
Straight roll.
can't
Yeah. It's not affected by hunger and it's not affected by willpower.
Ah,
It's
okay,
just free dice.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Andres. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go with you on that one. And you start talking about the area. I'm like, I think it's best if maybe we can get somebody else to go. Maybe somebody during the day, get Shepherd or one of the free souls. If any case, I'm not up to going out to this area anytime soon.
All right, well, all right, that has me deeply confused, but okay. I
Mm.
suppose I could get the free souls to check this place out during the daytime.
Yeah, I think that's best.
Something wrong? Something bugging you?
Yeah, and you know what? Give me some time. I just give me some time. I'll be up for it. I'll be able to tell you.
You
But
just you got this look like you just shit on your own grave,
mm, it could have been. Could have been. Yeah. So anyway, trying to change the subject now. Now that we have this information, who is there anybody that we know that could decipher this? Because I have no. This is all relatively new ground for me.
Do I have any occult contacts, Will, or anyone I could talk to? Because I mean, I know that none of the Tremere trust me, and I don't think my sire knows anything about this kind of crap outside of like random gypsy lore.
You have criminal contacts. That doesn't really help you. Uh, I mean, it would be a rough go at it. Let me see if Shepard might.
Really, Shepard? Or if he might have any contacts?
Yeah. Oh, I rolled his rating as dice, and I rolled 2 1s and a 9, so he definitely doesn't have any
No,
contacts of that.
no, he doesn't. Hmm.
Um, I mean, you do have the owner of the Vagabond, which uh, where is his name? Which is Richard Stephen Thompson.
Mark. Yeah, yeah, it was original. Yeah, once upon a time it was Bradley.
Oh, Bradley's the Albatross.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why I scribbled out. Yeah, yeah, Richard Thompson.
Yeah, Richard Thompson is the one that owns the Vagabond. He's also the Tremere Primogen.
Yeah, I think we can try to. I think he would probably know something about this.
Well, he'd probably be delighted to get a hold of anything that Gibbons is working on, even tangentially.
See what he knows. I'm
Yeah,
down to
and
learn.
at the very least, this will be a token of good relations with them.
Oh,
Well,
In the,
we can hardly ask him for the information without letting him look at it. Letting him look at it is as good as unveiling the secret to it anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah.
this is one of those. This
how
is one
many
of the.
pages are how many pages are in this journal?
It's a simple 100-page journal.
And it's all filled to the brim?
No, no, there are blank pages here and there. There are some pages that have scribbling notes in a rhyming scheme, and you can see that each line has a parenthetical number attached to it. Um, it isn't a hard guess to see that he's counting syllables. So even here, he's still working on his poetry.
Hmm.
Yeah, there could also be some sort of weird occult thing with rhyme schemes and that kind of shit.
Either that or he's using that as a key. Because when I would read the journal, is it in English or is it in another foreign language or is it
That's in English.
just the words it's using a lot of terminology that can't be understood, or is it just sound like gibberish?
No, no, a lot of it is simple alchemy, like he's talking about transmutation circles, talking about like he's referring to things by their alchemical names or their abbreviation on the periodic table. Like, there's a lot of science in this, um, but it is mostly esoteric, magic shit.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, then we can at least. Would we want to get into the Tremere right now, or would we even have time? How far is the? Oh no, the Vagabond's way the fuck away from here, isn't it?
Well, actually, the Vagabond is the place uh that I told Bauer to meet us.
Oh,
Yeah,
isn't that convenient?
Isn't that convenient?
yeah.
All right, and what time is it now?
At this point,
Yeah,
now it's
we got time.
probably past midnight.
Yeah, we got time.
Well, then yeah, we'll get to the Vagabond early.
Okay. And as you guys arrive at the Vagabond, it's maybe 12:45, almost 1, and you can see that outside at a table is Richard Thompson. That's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is
it
that his
is.
name?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
making sure.
sure.
There's so many names.
Yeah.
But you see that Richard and Tulip are having a conversation, and she kind of looks over at you guys, and she stands up abruptly. And I think this is a good spot to leave it off for tonight. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please continue to wear your mask, continue to wash your hands, continue to keep your distance. If you are of age and you can get vaccinated, please get vaccinated. We're still not out of the woods yet, and we can only get out of there if we all work together as a group. If you are watching live, as always, because mental health is an important part of our community here, there are phone numbers going up so that you can get the help that you need. Uh, Remember that it is okay to not feel okay, and mental health is part of our general health, and it should be talked about more readily, and it shouldn't be a taboo subject or a stigmatized subject. So please feel like if you need help, please reach out and get some. If you are outside the United States, there's a link going up. All of this information will also be in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. Uh, Please, please, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I will see you tomorrow with our Werewolf the Wild West game. We are introducing our Galliard to the pack. And if not, I'll see you Friday for our Star Wars campaign Out in the Dark. If not, I'll see you next Monday for our Camarilla chapter. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I will see you when I see you. Have a good night.